You'll have to excuse me because I'm a little nervous. But yeah, I just want to tell a story. I was working in 2017 as shellfish. I was a shellfish harvester in Washington State, and we worked in the Sound. I saw an ogre. Now, the reason that I choose the word ogre is because this creature was talking to me before I saw it, telepathically. Now, this was less than a week, but not more than a week before I met it. It was talking to me in my head. I thought I was having some kind of fantasy or something. Like, I didn't know what was going on. I would hear its voice talk to me, sporadically. It'd be like once a day, and it was telling me, "Don't be afraid when you meet me." That he's not human. He said that I'm not human. Don't be afraid of me. You're going to meet me. I guess I don't remember the exact words, but the way it was explained was if I stopped and met him, I don't know the exact stipulations, but it was basically he had to meet me because he would know that I would call him an ogre. And I guess this is what he identifies as. I thought, this went on a few days, and I thought, I'm having a weird fantasy. Whatever. I'll stop daydreaming or whatever. And so I went to work, and as a tide worker, you just go whenever the tide goes out. So at that time, the tide happened to go out at, in the night. And then it came back up about 3 or 4 a.m. It was time for me to go home. So I got in my car and I'm on my way home. And I start approaching this place where just before you curve around, you see the Sound, the water, and then you curve around. And I was hearing the voice, and it was saying, "You're about to meet me. And don't be scared." And I was thinking to myself, like, I don't know what this is, but I'm about to find out if it's real or not. So I was kind of driving downhill towards the Sound, and I got to like a dip in the road where the road goes down and then back up. And in the middle of the dip, there was a 8 or 9 foot tall. It could have been as short as 7.5 feet. I'm not sure, but it was taller than humans. And he was standing in oncoming lane. And there were two humans. There were two humans with him. One was a male, one was a female. And the ogre was wearing shorts. And the humans were all in bathing suits. The male was wearing shorts, the female was wearing a bikini. And at least the humans, I started slowing down. And I came right up to them and stopped. And I stopped for only about a second. The two humans were waving at me. And I don't remember if the ogre was waving or not. I was looking at his body. I wasn't looking at his face. I don't remember what his face looked like. I was more focused on the chest and that area, and that's where I noticed this thing has shorts. So as I approached, I'm like, what the, in my head, I'm just, what is this? He did not have a human color of skin, and I don't remember exactly what color it was, if it was grayish or greenish or bluish, but it wasn't like cartoon character skin. It was like what you'd imagine a skin of that color would look like. It was sort of a darker but not completely dark color. And I saw the shorts, I saw the humans. I looked at them for a second and noticed they were waving. I looked back at the ogre. I don't believe anyone said anything. I'm not sure if my window was up or down, if I would have heard it if they did. But I realized something was very weird, and I do think the thought this could be someone in a suit came in my head. But that second that I got a good look, I realized this is not a suit. This thing is very muscular. It's very tall. It might not have been able to fit in a vehicle. It was so large. The second I stopped, I hit the gas and I was gone. I'm not sure. I think that it did communicate with me after I left in my head, but not very long after that. Its main focus when it communicated with me was that I would call it an ogre. And I think that's all the details that I can remember that are important. That's my story.